All right, so we're going to get started in a seat tonight, my friends. Let me get myself set up here. If you would like to start in a chair, you're always welcome to start in a chair if that's more comfortable. You can also sit up against the wall if you need a little support on your back. Thank you. If you would like to sit on a yoga block, that's also a really comfortable place to start. Otherwise, you can just put your butt right on your yoga mat and get comfy. Perfect. Okay. And then, of course, any of those movements you would like to make to settle yourself in. You can rock your head side to side, make some big arm circles, rolling of the shoulders forward and backward, rocking of the knees side to side, whatever you need here to settle your body in physically. We'll take a few moments here to really get ourselves settled in. Of course, with no particular requests, we'll do hips and hamstrings because that's how I roll. So that'll feel good on the lower backs and all that kind of stuff too, if you need that as well. So we'll get into some of that tonight. I'll make my way back to my mat as we're settling ourselves in and just continue to move through whatever movements feel good for you. Even if it doesn't feel like a yoga move to wiggle your shoulders, that's okay. Whatever feels good physically to settle yourself in. All right. And again, we'll just continue with those physical body movements here, allowing ourselves to really come into our space. And in just a few moments, we will begin to come into our breath. If you need to shift your body positions, if you're seated on the floor and you need to move to a chair, I invite you to do so. That's all good, whatever feels best for you. And then in your own time, when you are ready to draw the body back to stillness, I invite you to do so. Resetting ourselves a little bit here with some seated postural alignment. Make sure we root down firmly through our sit bones. Nice, tall, dignified spine, allowing the crown of the head to reach up towards the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to relax down here. Release some tension out of those shoulders. And then those hands can gently fall to the knees, the thighs, or on the lap here as we just make our way into our first Sukhasana, easy seat, easy pose, settling in. Feel free to blink your eyes closed if you'd like to. And we'll begin to shift all of our focus over to our breath. As you inhale, you can envision the expansion of the rib cage and lungs. So get nice and buoyant through the front, the back, and the sides of the rib cage with an inhale. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to release some tension and let it go. Let's do that again together here. Full inhale, getting nice and buoyant through the rib cage. Complete exhale, releasing it all and letting it go. Take 3 more breaths in your own pace here. You're welcome to draw a hand to your belly if that feels good as well. One more full inhale here. And a full exhale. And then you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open, whatever feels best for you. Keep that nice, tall, dignified spine. On your next inhale, let's draw those arms up and overhead. Press those palms together. Let's keep that gaze forward here. As we exhale, gently draw thumbs to heart center, pausing here for a moment, allowing ourselves to set an intention for tonight's practice if that is something that is important to you. An intention can be as simple as just following your breath or something a little bit bigger or deeper that you might have in mind. So allowing yourself to send that intention out to the universe. We draw the intention in with an inhale, arms come up. And as we exhale, send that intention out to the universe, let her figure it out. One more breath in, just like this. Inhale, arms up and overhead, press palms. And exhale, thumbs to heart center. Let's take a series of side bends and twists here. So inhale, arms up and overhead. As we exhale, we'll take a gentle side bend to the right. So you are welcome to keep your palms together. If you would like to draw your right hand to your right hip instead, or the right hand to the floor next to you, you can deepen your side bend. So all of those options are up for you. Keep those sit bones rooted. And we'll take one more full breath in. Big breath out. And then as we inhale, draw those arms up, come back to center with that torso. As we exhale, take our side bend to the left here. And again, you can keep those palms pressed together overhead. You can drop your left hand to your left hip or take that left hand to the floor to deepen that side bend. Completely up to you, whatever works right here for your body. Finding one more big inhale. Full exhale. And then we'll inhale to draw back to center, press those palms together overhead. We'll exhale, thumbs to heart center, and then we'll do a round of twists. Here we go. Inhale, arms up and overhead. As we exhale, let's take a gentle twist over to the right. So keep that torso really tall here. Your left hand can find your right thigh. Right hand can find the right hip, if that feels okay. Keep that chest nice and tall, continuing to reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Anytime we twist, we want to rotate the rib cage around the spine. We don't want to generate this from the lower back here. One more breath in. And a breath out. And then as we inhale, come on through center, draw those arms up and overhead, reset to the middle. And then we'll exhale, taking our twist over to the left. Right hand finds that left thigh. Left hand can find the left hip if that feels good for you. Torso stays super tall, rib cage rotates around spine, crown of the head continues to extend upward. One more breath in. And a breath out. And then we'll inhale to come back to center. Reset the torso to center, arms reach up. You can start to look up towards your thumbs if you want to. And then we'll exhale, thumbs to heart center. Beautiful. Let's continue this warm up in our cat-cow position here, or excuse me, tabletop position with cat-cow poses. So as we shift to our tabletop, spread your fingers nice and wide here. Knees are set about hip distance apart. As you place your hands on your mat, shoulders stack over those wrists, spread those fingers super wide and parallel your index fingers to each other. And then your toes can stay tucked, untucked, whatever feels good for you. As we inhale, relax the belly towards the ground, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Here's your cow pose. As we exhale, push the mat away, spread your shoulder blades apart as you dome the upper back, tuck in your belly. Inhale, relax the belly towards the ground, gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. As we exhale, push the mat away, tuck in your belly, spread your shoulder blades apart. One more time, inhale, belly towards the ground, gaze and tailbone lift. And exhale, as we push the mat away, dome the upper back, tuck your belly way in here. On our inhale, come on back to our neutral spine here. Reset, we want shoulders over wrists. And then on your next inhale, extend your right leg straight behind you. As we exhale, reach that left arm forward, thumb up towards the sky, balancing table. I'm gonna give you a bunch of options here for where to take this. You can stay here. You can draw elbow and knee under the body for a little bit of core work. Or you can take the quad stretch, bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand to grab the foot. I'm going to stay here just because I ended up here, but any of those options are good for you. Keep rooting down through that right hand. Take one more breath in. And a breath out. And then we're going to get super long from left thumb to right heel. Inhale. Exhaling back to our tabletop position here. On your next inhale, left leg reaches straight behind you. Use the strength of your left glute to keep that leg up. And then we'll reset right arm forward, thumb up towards the sky. You're welcome to stay here. You can draw elbow and knee together under the body for a little bit of core work if you'd like to, or you can bend that left knee, reach back with the right hand to grab the foot. This is simultaneously a quad stretch and a shoulder opener if you have the bond. Keep rooting down through that left hand, regardless of what the rest of your body's doing here. One more breath in. Breath out. And then we're going to get really long as we inhale, thumb to heel. As we exhale, come on back to tabletop here. Any movements you like to make, you certainly can. One more cat-cow if you want to. And then when you're ready, set those knees a few inches behind your hips here. Restack so shoulders are over wrists. Take a full inhale. As we exhale, send our hips up towards the sky for downward facing dog. So I like to start with a great big bend in the knees here, pressing through the balls of the feet. Think about extending your heels towards the ground, but your heels are off the ground here to start. Press through both hands, pressing chest towards thighs. Sit bones up as high as you can get them. Take one more breath in here and a breath out. And then when you're ready, we're going to send those hips up as high as we can. You can straighten your knees to do so. Take some baby steps here to get up to the top of the mat. Take your time getting there. And then once we find our forward fold at the top of the mat, place as much of a bend in your knees as is comfortable for you. Don't be shy with it. Your belly can rest on your thighs if that feels good. And then when you're ready, we'll take hands to shins, halfway lift. Here's our inhale. As we exhale, fold forward. Let's do that twice more. Hands to shins. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, folding down. One more time. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, folding all the way down. Let's press through both feet. Straighten those knees, straighten those hips, reaching those arms all the way up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale, thumbs through heart center, finding mountain pose, Tadasana. We're going to flow right from here. Inhale, arms up and overhead. As we exhale, folding ourselves forward all the way down. You can place a bend in your knees, my friends. Hands to shins, neutral spine, halfway lift. Here's our inhale. As we exhale, plant those hands, send your left leg to the back of the mat. Drop your left knee down and make your way up to a low leg lunge on the right side. Beautiful. Alignment check always here, my friends. Right knee's on top of that right ankle here. Draw that right femur bone into the hip socket. That's going to square off those hips. If you need a blanket under this back knee, that's totally okay. And then your back toes can stay tucked or you can untuck them. I'm going to give that a try tonight. Shoulder blades are down. Belly button draws in. Fingertips up. Here we are. Low leg lunge. Let's breathe. One more breath. Inhale. As we exhale, drop those left fingers down, right fingers to the sky. Here is our twist. You can stay here, or you can bend that left knee, reach back with the right hand to grab the foot. Option, you don't have to go here if you don't want to. Find your breath again. Let's take one more breath, everybody. Inhale. As we exhale, unwind, plant both hands firmly. The back knee will lift off the mat, and then we'll step forward. Left foot meets right at the top of the mat, and then we'll switch sides. Inhale, halfway lift, neutral spine. Here we are. As we exhale, plant those hands and your right leg towards the back of the mat. Drop that right knee down. Come on up. Low leg lunge on the left side. Left knee's on top of this left ankle here. Draw this femur bone into the hip socket. That's going to square off those hips. Belly button draws in, shoulder blades down, back toes tucked under or untucked. Fingertips up, here we are. 3 big breaths. Finding one more full inhale. And then as we exhale, right fingers down, left fingers to the sky. Here's our twist. You're welcome to stay here. If you would like the quad stretch, bend your right knee. Reach back with the left hand. You don't have to go here if it's not in the cards for you today. Find your breath again wherever you are. One more big inhale. And then as we exhale, gently unwind here. Plant those hands, lift your back knee off the mat. And then we're going to step our right foot forward to meet our left. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Hands draw to shins. Inhale, neutral spine. Here's our halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Root down through both feet to bring that torso all the way up. Inhale, 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 inhale. Reach those arms up. And exhale, thumbs through heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana, our feet are hip distance apart. You can take your hands to your hips. We'll drop into a modified chair pose here with feet apart. So because your feet are apart, your knees are also apart, big space between those knees. Think about squaring off those hips here. Neutral spine, belly tight, shoulder blades down. You can keep your hands on your hips. Draw thumbs to heart center or reach those arms up. Fire up those quads and glutes here. Here we are. One more breath, everybody. Let's inhale and exhale. And then we'll press through those feet to stand all the way up. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, folding forward, coming all the way down. Hands come to shins. Inhale to our neutral spine, halfway lift. And then as we exhale, plant those hands. We're going to take ourselves all the way back to downward facing dog. So we can wiggle it out as much as we want to here. We'll take 3 breaths. As we did earlier, you can always keep a bend in your knees in this pose if you want to. If you want to work towards straightening those knees, think about sending your hamstrings up and back. It's much safer than just trying to lock out the knee joint. One more breath in. And a breath out. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling here. Let's bend that right knee and fan open the hip. Pelvis is open to the right, right hip stacked on top of left. Try to square off your shoulders here. Equal pressure through both hands. One more breath in. And a breath out. And then as we inhale, let's square off those hips, extend that right leg behind you. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Let's keep our back knee elevated here as we draw up into our first full-size crescent lunge on the right side. Same alignment here, everyone. Right knee's on top of that right ankle. Square those hips, draw that right thigh in. You can have a bend in your back knee if you want to, or send that hamstring up and back to straighten that knee. Both glutes are active here. Front quad in particular is active. Fingertips up, shoulder blades down. Let's find that breath. One more full inhale. Stay here for your exhale. And then that left hand is going to find that left hamstring. Reach those right fingers up a little higher. So get taller through the torso. You can stay centered and tall like we are here, or if you would like a little back bend, you're welcome to take it. You don't have to back bend this if you don't want to. Take one more breath in and a breath out. And then we'll all reach those fingertips up on our inhale. As we exhale, frame that right foot. We'll step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. And a full exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale that left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend that left knee and fan open the hip. Left hip stacks on top of the right hip. Try to square your shoulders, equal pressure through both hands. Take one more inhale. And an exhale. And then we'll inhale to square off those hips, extend that left leg behind you. As you exhale, step your left foot forward. Back knee stays lifted as we draw up into full-size crescent lunge on the left side. Alignment, here we are. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Draw that left femur bone in here, squaring off those hips. Bend in the back knee is totally great. If you want to straighten it, use your hamstring. Belly button draws in, shoulder blades down, fingertips up. Here we are. Strong and steady crescent lunge. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One more big inhale. Stay here for your exhale. And then that right hand, when you're ready, is going to find your right hamstring. Reach those left fingers up higher. So get taller up through the torso here. And then you can stay centered here if you want to, or work towards the back bend. That is up to you. You don't have to go here. If you start to back bend, you can start to look up, challenge your balance a little bit. One more breath in. And a breath out. And then come on, tall through center, reach those fingers up, inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot. Let's step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here. Take a full inhale. And a big exhale. We'll inhale ourselves forward to a high plank here, everybody. Shoulders over those wrists, draw your belly button up and in. We're pressing through the balls of the feet here. Fingers are spread wide. And then when you're ready, inhale to drop those knees down to the mat. As we exhale, shoulders shift forward, come down into the chest and belly. Shoulder blades on the back for baby cobra. Here's our inhale. And then as we exhale, tuck those toes under, you can head to tabletop or go right up to downward facing dog. Let's find a breath. And then when you're ready, send those hips up a little bit higher. You can take those baby steps again if you want, or a gigantic step up to the top of the mat. Forward fold up here once you arrive. Hands come to shins when you're ready. Inhale. Exhale, folding all the way down. Press through both feet, bringing that torso all the way up. As we inhale, we reach, 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 reach. And then we exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana, beautiful. Feet come all the way together here. Hands can draw to hips again if you want, or sweep those arms up, chair pose, Utkatasana. So now our feet are together, calves together, inner thighs squeeze together here. Neutral spine. Take your sit bones back, shoulder blades back and down. Oops. If you are more comfortable with hands on hips or thumbs to heart center, you're welcome to that for sure. Or come into full chair with those arms up. We have 2 more breaths here, strong and steady, inner thighs engaged. 1 more breath. And then we're going to press through both feet to stand all the way up. Reach, 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 reach. You can look up if you want. Inhale. And then we'll exhale, folding forward, coming all the way down. Hands come to shins, finding our neutral spine, halfway lift here. As we exhale, plant your hands firmly. Let's take ourselves back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. As we inhale, right leg extends towards the ceiling. Find those nice square hips. As we exhale, step that right foot forward. Keep that back knee lifted. We're going to find crescent lunge again. Anjaneyasana on the right side. Work through your alignment checks here. We'll take a big breath. Inhale. And exhale. Stay in those legs. As we inhale here, reach those fingers even higher towards the ceiling. As we exhale, upright twist to the right. So we've created length through the torso here with our rotation. Arms are straight and strong, shoulders over those hips. You can stay here, or you can drop your right hand to your left hamstring. Reach those left fingers behind you. One more breath. And then all of us are going to come through center here. Crescent lunge, reach those fingers up. As we exhale, opening up to warrior 2, pivot your left foot down. Beautiful. Let's check alignment here. Right knee is still on top of that right ankle. You don't want this right knee to collapse in. So use your glute here to keep this right knee in alignment. Hips are level. Press through the outer edge of your left back foot. Arms straight and strong. Here we are. Belly button draws in. Relax shoulder blades down. You can gaze over the middle finger of your right hand. 2 more breaths. One more breath, everybody. Let's inhale, stay in it. Let's exhale. Stay in those legs. Flip that right palm. Reach those right fingers behind you, revolved warrior. Your left hand can find the left thigh, or you can tuck your left arm behind your lower back. We're still in warrior legs here. Right arm reaches up and over. Maybe start to look up. Find your breath. And then on your next inhale, come on back to center, warrior 2. As we exhale, right forearm to right thigh, left fingers to the sky. Side angle Parsvakonasana. So press your right forearm into your right thigh. Those legs are still super strong here. We're building some serious stability and strength through this series, everybody. Press through the outer edge of that back foot. Left arm can stay up, or you can hover it above your ear. Additional challenge tonight, if you'd like it, you can drop your right hand down to the floor. Keep your chest open though if you head there. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath, my dear friends. Inhale. And exhale. Let's gaze down at those right toes. We're gonna square off the shoulders, then square off the hips, frame your right foot, take a full inhale. Exhaling to step back, downward facing dog, shake it out. That right leg worked really hard, everybody. Pedal it out. Full inhale. Big exhale. And then when you're ready, inhaling the left leg up towards the ceiling, find those nice square hips. As we exhale, carefully step that left foot forward. Back knee stays lifted. We're coming back up into our crescent lunge on the left side. So work through that alignment again, everybody. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Square those hips. Fingers are up. We'll take one more inhale here. Get really tall through that torso. Exhale to open up. Upright twist to the left. So our shoulders are over our hips here. Arms reach forward and backwards. Stay in those legs. So we're not going to straighten up here. Stay in your lunge. And then your torso can stay, or your left hand can find your right hamstring, reaching right fingers back. Lots of options tonight, everybody. So making your practice here, whatever it is you need. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And then all of us come back to center, inhale. As we exhale, open up, warrior 2, left side. Here we are. So that left knee is still on top of that left ankle. We don't want that knee to collapse in. So use the strength of your glute, your left glute, to keep that leg in alignment here. Press through the outer edge of your right foot. Relax those shoulder blades down. Arms straight and strong, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2 on the left side. One more big breath. Big exhale. And then we're going to flip that left palm. Reach those left fingers behind us. Revolve warrior here. Stay in your legs. Right arm can find the thigh or the calf, or you can tuck it behind the lower back. Take a breath in and a breath out. Then we'll inhale back to center. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh. Right fingers to the sky. Side angle pose here. Press that left forearm into your left thigh. Stay in those legs. Press through that back foot. I know this left leg is working hard, my friends. Right arm can reach up. You can hover it above your ear. And that additional challenge, you can drop your left hand to the mat. Chest stays open to the side if you head there. One more round of breath, everybody. Inhale and exhale. Then we gaze down at those left toes, square off those shoulders, square off those hips. Frame that left foot, take an inhale. As we exhale, step ourselves back, finding downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Take a big breath out. We'll inhale ourselves forward to a high plank here. As we exhale, you can drop those knees down or keep those knees lifted as we draw all the way down to the belly. Shoulder blades on the back, baby cobra is great. Pressing up into a full cobra is also great. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you can move through tabletop. We'll go right to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in. And a breath out. And then we'll inhale those knees down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Let's take 3 breaths here. We're going to reset a little bit. Child's pose. As you feel ready, draw yourself back to your tabletop position and reset. So spread your fingers wide, index fingers parallel to each other. You might have to shift your knees as well, hip distance apart, tuck those toes under. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, hips to sky when you're ready, downward facing dog. Full breath in here. Big breath out. We'll send those hips up a little bit higher. You can straighten those knees. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of your mat. Finding our forward fold here once you arrive. Hands come to shins when you're ready. Inhale, halfway lift, neutral spine. Exhale to fold down. Carefully press through both feet to draw that torso all the way up. Inhale, 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 and reach. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana, beautiful. Draw those feet all the way together again, everybody. We're going to drop into chair pose again. Sweeping those arms up if you like, or thumbs to heart center, your choice. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then all of us are going to draw thumbs to heart center. Press your hands together firmly. Here's our inhale. Stay in your chair. As we exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right. So that left tricep is going to hook on that right thigh. You'll notice that your left knee is going to want to shift forward a little bit here. So we want to do what we can to square those knees off. That's going to square those hips off as well. You can keep looking down right below you if you want to, or take a gaze over to the right. Press those palms together firmly. One more full inhale right here. And an exhale. And then we'll inhale back to center. Stay in your chair. Exhale, take our twist to the left. Right tricep hooks on that left thigh. Again, you'll notice that your right knee this time is going to want to shift forward. We want to draw those knees back to level. It's going to level off those hips. You can keep looking down at the floor in front of you if you want to, or take a gaze to the left. Press those palms together. Stay in your chair. One more breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale to come back to center. Exhale to fold forward here, everybody. We're going to separate our feet to hip distance and grab opposite elbows. Now, if this is too much on your hamstrings, I invite you to grab a block. Just plant those hands right on the block, and you can bend and straighten those legs. Those legs have been working hard here, so those hamstrings are super tired. You can hold on to that block. If you don't have a block, put a bend in your knees, and then we grab opposite elbows. As we do so, we can let that head fall heavy. If you'd like to work this pose to a straighter knee, think about sending your hamstrings behind you rather than locking out the knee joints. Trust yourself to shift a little bit more body weight towards the balls of the feet. We're heavy on those heels very often here, so we can put a little bit more pressure in the balls of the feet. Head is heavy. Take one more breath. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to release the elbows or release the block if you have it. Draw hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Press through both feet. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up as we inhale, inhale, reach and reach. And then exhale. Thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana. All right, everybody, balance party time. We're going to do our figure 4 chair. I'm going to give you a lot of options for how to take these postures today, okay? So let me back up a little bit. If you need a little assistance, I always talk about the dresser. If you need a little balance help, you can be near something that helps you balance. Just don't hit your head on it, right? All right, so we're going to balance on our left leg, really work into our right hip, okay? So balance on the left leg, draw the right knee up. Right hip, knee, and ankle, all in a nice 90-degree angle each. And then we're going to take our right ankle across our left thigh. So press that ankle into that thigh. We have a nice figure 4 shape with those legs here. I'll do the second one facing you so you can see it a little bit better. And then from here, we'll draw hands to hips to start to drop those hips down into the chair. Whoops. Look at something that's not moving, and then you'll have better balance. There we go. So as we settle into our chair here, keep pressing this right ankle into this left thigh. Think about sending isometrically, send that right knee out to the right side, really working into this right hip joint here. Settle in, settle in, settle in. And then you can keep your hands on your hips. You can draw thumbs to heart center. You can airplane those arms. We haven't done that tonight, but it's always a good option. You can reach those arms forward You can drop your hands down to the mat. If you're feeling super crazy and fancy, you can take a twist, right elbow to the bottom of the right foot. Hey, 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 wherever you are, 3 breaths. Keep sending that right knee out to the right side, everybody. Even though it doesn't go anywhere, send it, send it. One more breath. Do everything we can to come back to center and stand all the way up. Let's get there, let's get there, let's get there. Draw that right knee back up, inhale. And then exhale, woo. Drop that right foot down. Shake everything out. I'll face you this way so you can see it from this angle, okay? Shake everything out. And then we're gonna switch sides. When you're ready, hands start on your hips here. Draw your left knee up, hip, knee, ankle, all at 90 degrees. And then when you have your balance set, take that left ankle across that right thigh. So here's our big figure 4 shape, right? Press this ankle into the thigh here. Press, press, press. It helps me to flex that top foot, right? Rather than point it, flex it, activates it. And then hands can stay on hips. Drop those hips down to find your chair. Now you want to send your left knee out to the left side here. Activate that left hip. Hands can stay on hips. Thumbs can come to heart center. You can airplane the arms. You can reach those arms forward, or if you're feeling groovy, left elbow hooks to the bottom of the left foot. Find your breath. Here we are. Whoops. Stay here, one more breath. And then we're going to come back to center. Let's stand all the way up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Left knee comes up, inhale. And then exhale, drop that left foot down. Shake it out, my friends, well done. We'll make our way back to the top of our mat if you have moved. Woo, that was a good one. Feet whatever distance apart feels good for you. Let's inhale, arms up and overhead. Press those palms together. You can look up if you feel good with that. And then as we exhale, fold forward, coming all the way down. Hands come to shins. Inhale to our neutral spine. Here's our halfway lift. And then as we exhale, plant those hands firmly. Let's take ourselves back to downward facing dog. Pedal it all out. Reset that breathing a little bit here. Take an inhale. And an exhale. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale forward to a high plank. Shoulders over those wrists. As you exhale, you can drop your knees down, keep your knees up. You can head to the belly or low push-up, chaturanga. Roll over those toes here. Baby cobra or full cobra, find an inhale. And then as we exhale, through tabletop or right up to downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. If you'd like a child's pose for 3, I invite you to take it. Otherwise, stay in down dog. If you're in child's pose, come on back up to downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling here. Find your square hips. As we exhale, carefully step that right foot forward. We're going to come up onto our fingertips here as we straighten our right knee for a nice hamstring opener to finish out here. So draw your right femur bone into the hip socket. That's going to square off those hips. Those hamstrings are already nice and open here. So see how this feels today. Of course, if you would like to drop your back knee down and take the pose, you certainly can do that. If that back knee is lifted, your back heel is also off the ground. And then let's think for a second about pressing into the ball of the big toe on that right foot. So your entire right toe, all your toes don't have to be down, you can lift your toes up, but the ball mound of your big toe on that right foot, press that into the ground. Find your breath. One more breath, everybody. Let's inhale. And exhale. We're going to turn this into pigeon. So we're going to work our way forward. Bend your right knee here. And then we're going to walk our right foot over to the left. Drop that right shin down. Drop your back knee down as we set ourselves up for pigeon pose. Think about sending your right knee out wider than your right hip here. That'll give your lower back lots of space. Your right shin, your front shin does not have to be parallel to the top of the mat. It can have a little angle to it. And then we want to think about squaring off those hips here. So engage your inner thighs. That might lift you off the ground, but that's going to help you to square off your pelvis. Straight line from left hip to left foot. And then, as I always say, all options are on the table. You can stay up. You can fold forward. You can come down to your forearms. You can lay all the way down on your belly if you want to tonight. Settling into your version of pigeon here. Taking 5 breaths. Let's take 2 more breaths here, everybody. Inhales. And exhales. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then if you fold it all the way forward, let's start to press into those hands here. Set those hands up like you're in downward facing dog. So spread those fingers wide, index fingers parallel, tuck those back toes under, lift your back knee. And then we'll step ourselves back to downward facing dog, pedaling everything out if that feels good. Take an inhale. And an exhale. And then when you're ready, inhaling the left leg towards the ceiling. We have those nice square hips here. As we exhale, carefully step that left foot forward. Come on up to your fingertips here as we straighten our left leg. So hamstring opener on the left side, everybody. You're welcome, of course, to drop that back knee down if that feels better for you in this pose, or keep that back knee up. The back heel is off the ground here. Think about drawing that entire left leg into that hip socket here that's going to square off those hips. And then we want to drop the ball mound of the big toe on this left foot. Drive it into the ground here. Find your breath. Right here for 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. And then we'll turn this into pigeon. So we start to bend our left knee as we shift our hands forward. And then we walk that left foot over to the right here. Drop your left shin down. Drop your back knee down. Pigeon pose on the left side. So setting ourselves up. Left knee here is out wider than the left hip. This front shin does not have to parallel to the top of the mat here. It can have a little angle to it there. Square off that pelvis as much as you can. Engage those inner thighs. And then we have a straight line from the right hip to the right foot. And then you can stay upright. You can fold forward. Notice how this side feels independent of the other side. So if your upper body does something different on this side than the other side, that's okay. Just honor the left side as it needs you. 5 breaths. Find 1 more full inhale. And our exhale. And then if you fold it forward, start to draw that torso up here. Plant those hands like you're in down dog. Spread your fingers wide. Back toes tuck under. Lift that back knee. And then we'll step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Wiggle everything out here. Find an inhale. And an exhale. And then last time, inhale forward to a high plank, shoulders over wrists. As you exhale, you can drop your knees down or keep them lifted, drop to the belly, or low push up for chaturanga. Cobra, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Here's our inhale. And then as we exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Send those hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of your mat here. And then we're going to drop those knees all the way down. Extend your legs forward, toes up towards the ceiling, staff pose. Root those sit bones down firmly. Nice tall spine here, just like our beginning pose. Inhale, arms up and overhead. As we exhale, hip hinge towards those toes here. So it's length from the hips as we fold forward. Let's keep those toes up towards the ceiling to keep those legs engaged. 3 breaths in the forward fold. And then we'll gently bring that torso all the way up. Whew. You can shake those legs out. And then when you're ready, you can bend your knees, wrap your hands or your forearms around your shins. Take a full inhale. As we exhale, make your way all the way down onto your back. We have arrived. You can make some big circles with those knees here, one way and the other way. We'll set ourselves up with one bridge pose tonight, everybody. So let's plant those feet roughly hip distance apart. And then let's press our triceps tonight. Triceps into the mat. So bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Triceps bend into the mat. I like to spread my fingers wide with this one to create even more energy. Press through those feet as we start to lift our hips up into bridge. So keep your inner thighs engaged, even though they're apart from each other. You don't want your knees to come out like really wide, right? So we want to stay in alignment from hip distance. Press triceps into the mat here as we press through those feet to lift those hips up. Back of the head presses into the mat here, and then you can stay right here with elbows at 90 if that helps your alignment. Or you can start to drop those arms down to be straight by your sides. If you have the flexibility to interlace the hands underneath the low back, I invite you to draw shoulder blades together to do so. Press those hips up higher. Everybody breathe, 3 more breaths. One more breath, lift, lift, lift. As we exhale, carefully, one vertebrae at a time, really slowly lower all the way down. And then if you want to rock your knees side to side or draw your knees to your chest for a second, you can. Let's take an inhale wherever you are. And an exhale. I'm going to cue the basic twist series here. If you have another version of a twist you'd rather take, I invite you to do so. Otherwise, draw your arms out to the side or overhead. Take a full inhale. As we exhale, let your knees gently fall to the right. Adjust as you need to. Again, if there's another shape you'd like to take, you are welcome to do so. Let's find 3 breaths. One more breath. And then as you're ready, we'll inhale back to center here. And then exhale, take the same twist over to the left. So gently letting those knees fall or making a different shape if that feels good for you. Let's find that breath again. And then when you're ready, we'll gently inhale those knees back to center. Draw your knees in towards your chest, reach in between those thighs for toes, arches, or ankles to find happy baby pose. You can rock side to side here if you like to. We want to keep those tailbones nice and long. So if you find that the lowest part of your tailbone is lifting up off the ground, you can choke up here a little bit. Grab your calves instead to keep those tailbones nice and long. One more breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. And then draw those inner thighs together. Extend your heels up towards the ceiling. Get as long as you can from your sit bones up to your heels here. If you practice regularly with blocks, I invite you to set a block underneath your sacrum to lift this inversion up even higher if that feels good. You're welcome to keep your feet flexed or point and flex your feet, whichever feels best for you. You're also welcome to draw yourself over to the closest wall and take legs up the wall for a nice restorative finish to tonight's practice, or any other posture that you would like to take. We have a few moments of yogi playtime, so that if there's another pose you would like to take to finish out tonight, I invite you to do so, and we'll get ourselves into Shavasana in just a few moments. So take your time. If there's a different transitional posture that you would like to take this evening, I invite you to do so. If you'd like to take Shavasana in waterfall pose, legs up the wall, I invite you to shift over to the wall. Make sure those sit bones are all the way up to the baseboard of the wall there so that you have a nice straight line of full support from your sit bones to your heels. And of course, if you are ready for corpse pose, if that's where you'd like to finish out tonight's practice, I invite you to extend those legs nice and long. Allow them to take up as much space as you want. Arms can lie by your sides or way out to the side, whatever feels best for you. And then as you feel ready, head, hips, heels heavy on the mat, take a full inhale. Exhaling into the complete support of the earth beneath you. Enjoying full Shavasana. Let's take a deep breath all the way in. And a full breath all the way out. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. And gently rock your head side to side. Whenever you feel ready, extend those arms all the way overhead, getting as long as you can from your fingertips to your toe tips. And then take a deep breath all the way in. As you exhale, gently draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your hands or your forearms around your shins as you give yourself a big hug. Gently making your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position when you're ready. We'll take a moment of pause in this posture as we always do, allowing ourselves to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude, use both hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like and feels like for you. Drawing thumbs together at heart center once you arrive, eyes open or closed. We'll finish out with one more round of breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Namaste and kittens, my loves. Thank you so much for coming to practice. Yay! We will not have class on Friday, but we are back on track next week. Yay and yay. Yay.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. The class was wonderful. Hi,
Have a
everyone.
wonderful trip.
Yay!
Thank you.
Courtney.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Have
Yeah.
a great long weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.